Dress code.
Some think it's too strict and sexist, and some think it's too relaxed, and some think it's just right.
We asked teachers, students, and administrators their opinion on dress code and why they hold that view.
There is a lot of outrage about the dress code in society. We were able to find several articles written about how it over-sexualizes young girls and is used as a method of control. Your shorts are too short, that dress shows your shoulders, your chest is too prominent, it's slutty, boys will be distracted. I've talked to girls that have had all of these things said to them. Teachers or other people's parents who feel they have the right to dictate what everyone else wears will single out a girl and tell her that she's distracting. It's bullying girls and it has to stop. Dress codes aren't about clothes, they're about control. According to parents and students that have spoken out on the issue, the dress code is often only enforced with girls. This sends a clear message to both genders. Girls are in control of behavior toward them, and boys are not responsible for their actions towards girls.
Using our own personal experience in school, we observed that most dress code infractions are placed on girls. We were able to gain access to a sample of the dress code referrals at East Coweta High. We found that most students were dress coded for wearing shorts that were too short. The second most common reason was for exposed shoulders. Oddly, third block was the most common time for dress code referrals. Taking students out of class in the middle of the day is a huge interruption towards their education and much more of a distraction to students than young girls' shoulders or legs.
I had the opportunity to speak to our principal here at East Coweta. Mr. Allen told me that approximately 3 to 4 students get dress coded daily. This would add up to anywhere from 500 to 700 students being pulled out of class for dress code infractions in one school year. Mr. Allen also told me that he didn't want teachers to spend time nitpicking students' outfits when they should be teaching. He also stated that he believes that there is a bias towards female students. I also had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Evan Horton, who is the Director of Student Services in Coweta County. He told me that the rules for the dress code are influenced by input from teachers and administrators and the trends that are going on. He also told me that the factors that the school board take into consideration when voting on dress code rules are student safety and ability to focus on
After
instruction.
hearing from our administrators, we began to hear how teachers who have to enforce the dress code felt about it.
What is your opinion on dress code overall?
There are some things that need to be changed and adjusted for modern times.
I think we need to enforce it.
I like it. I think we should definitely enforce it.
Is there anything that you could change about the dress code?
I kind of like where it is right now. I would say enforce the no sagging a little bit more.
As far as the shorts that kind of go up on the side, the what are they called?
Nike shorts.
Yeah, the Nike shorts and stuff. Like to me, I don't really have an issue with those, as long as they're not, exposing anything. I mean, there's limits. There are limits and everything. The fact that it goes up that quarter inch and that puts it out of dress code or something, like those shorts are meant to be a little bit shorter, and that's okay. It's really hard to keep up with, the dress code versus what's in style. And I know, as a parent, I ran into the same issue. You can't go in the store and buy jeans that don't have holes above the knees.
My perspective over this is I'd rather have my kid in my classroom learning than me being so concerned with are they inappropriate dress code. If they are physically covered up, there's nothing, inappropriate. There's nothing language-wise. It's all suitable to wear to school. I want them in my class learning. I don't want them in there to be written up for what they're wearing.
We found that teachers don't think the dress code is perfect. As you saw in those clips, they have some things they think could be changed. However, they also believe that some of it is necessary for school safety.
I think we should definitely enforce it.
In what aspects?
Which aspects? All of them. I don't want to see people's butts, so I do appreciate the no sagging.
Understand.
So, also the hoods. I don't want students hiding their faces because they could do something, and we need to know, hey, who is doing that? And if they're hiding their face, we're not going to know.
I mean, some of the things that they have are safety concerns and things like that, like the hat's not all white. We need the cameras to be able to capture every face. That's a safety issue for the whole school, for all of us, and for y'all and for us. And so, usually when, if I explain it to a kid about that's why it has to be that way and don't wear your hats not all way and stuff, they're usually pretty good about complying with it.
Do you think the dress code is too strict or it's too relaxed?
I think it's okay where it's at.
Do you think the dress code has any effect on classroom behavior?
It can sometimes. When I've seen like girls wear things that are more revealing, they do get the attention from the boys. So I do see reason to have certain things covered up.
Well, I feel like when you dress for success, you do better. And I feel like that we're also training you. It's not just teaching you math or English or social studies. It's about teaching you skills for later in life, about how to be good in a career or a job. And you can't just dress any way that you want to. Do you have to wear red pants to serve fried chicken? No, but if that's what KFC says you're going to wear to serve fried chicken, then that's what you're going to wear, or you're not going to get paid, you know. So we're teaching life skills in addition to, and I feel like that kind of goes more into that life skills part.
Teachers and administrators' opinions are important, but the student body's opinion is arguably even more important. We asked a few students at East Coweta if they felt the dress code was fair and how it made them feel. To some degree, the students agreed that some rules in the dress code were for the good of the school.
Are there any rules in the dress code that you think are actually useful and do affect the safety of the student body?
I personally think that like no drugs or sexual images and stuff like that on shirts, yes, that's good for the school, and that is a good dress code rule. And then also no hats is a good rule because it can look sketchy.
Guys should be dress coded on short length.
I think that like there is a certain point to where things are too short and like they need to, you know, like look out for all that.
However, they also pointed out parts that they disagreed with and felt that should be changed or removed.
How do you feel about the dress code?
Personally, I think the dress code is too strict because as a female, trying to find clothing that fits the dress code is very difficult, and the dress code almost sexualizes females.
I think it's a bit too strict. Like if they understood girls' fashion all the time, it could be a little bit more lenient.
Do you think guys are as targeted by the dress code rules?
Not really, because the fashion just differs.
Which specific rule, if any, would you want to change in the dress code the most?
I would personally change the leggings dress code because most girls who wear leggings aren't trying to show off to the male species, and instead they're trying to wear leggings for comfort. And the strap, like the shoulder, you can't show your shoulders rule because it's ridiculous.
Some of the stuff for girls is too strict, like fingertip length. I mean, I get that, but sometimes you have long arms and you can't find shorts, so you're stuck in jeans all summer.
Probably shoulders, because shoulders aren't sexy.
No dress code will ever be perfect. There are plenty of things that need to be changed in the Coweta County dress code. Students and teachers both believe that tank tops and shorts are not as big of a distraction to students as the code makes them out to be.
However, the whole set of rules cannot be completely thrown out. Some rules, like the ban against hats in the hallway or the ban on gang paraphernalia, are made out of concern and safety for the students of Coweta County.